BTS have become huge in America that appearing on mainstream television programs are as normal as it can be, and ARMYs love it whenever the boys venture to the US music scene.
BTS making their first morning TV appearance ever in the US. Give a big round of applause for BTS!
And of course, much to the delight of international fans, but the recent appearance of the Korean septet made on Good Morning America was rather not what fans signed up for. Because when fans expected for it to be another memorable and enjoyable experience for the boys, things didn't really turn out to be as planned. To put it simply, BTS were disrespected and fans were furious about it. Okay, I bet you have a lot of questions in mind, but don't worry because I got you covered. The issue came about after ABC Network released an interview they did with the 7 boys of BTS. Well, it was supposedly a segment meant for the boys, but it was belatedly revealed that it was actually an entirely different story. And what the host said didn't really sit quite well with ARMYs that resulted for fans around the globe to cancel the said American program. Don't get me wrong. Their appearance on Good Morning America was in fact one that every ARMY anticipated, as the boys were set to perform 2 of the many hit songs they had, namely Dynamite and Butter. Looking sleek and classy in their all-white ensemble for Butter, ARMY was left speechless with their jaw-dropping visuals and amazing vocals. Sadly, the excitement turned into anger when GMA host TJ Holmes decided that it was more interesting to talk about the K-pop culture as a whole, and disregarded the very presence of the biggest K-pop act today. Not to mention, his choice of words made ARMYs even furious because of what they dubbed as lack of consciousness and professionalism, which was very disrespectful to the Grammy-nominated group. I mean, the audacity, right? Some of you might still be at lost, and before you go scratching your heads about what really went wrong, allow me to break it down for you. And let me tell you that ARMY's power as a collective fandom is beyond insane. Okay, let's get started. After releasing their hit song Butter, it was only natural for Bangtan to get busy since they are in demand like that. Appearing for television shows left and right, the boys barely had the chance to soak at the success Butter garnered. But fans were not complaining, of course, since this only means they will be spoiled with amazing performances by their beloved BTS. Imagine not coming short of BTS's performance. ARMYs sure have it best. Now come the fateful day of the GMA performance. Everyone was stoked since it was expected that another legendary performance was set to be made, and ARMYs were right. The stage was another level as BTS outdid themselves once again. Everything was going smoothly, like butter if you'd ask me, until the segment hosted by TJ Holmes came out. The segment was first introduced as one that will take a look into how BTS music is uniting fans worldwide, and ARMYs were all down for it. But it turns out it was nothing but a front when the host, instead of talking about the journey of BTS, introduced the viewers to the K-pop industry as a whole. As if it was not enough to disappoint ARMYs, the show proceeded to show clips of Super M, Twice, aespa, and others, which were not related to BTS at all. This angered fans worldwide who felt that their idols were used for views and hype instead of receiving the recognition they rightfully deserve. ARMYs were upset that credit was not given where credit was due, and the lack of focus on BTS in this particular segment when it should have been about the group was maddening. Most ARMYs took their emotions to Twitter and voiced out how they were disappointed with GMA. And to be honest, they can rightfully so, because if it was me, I would be beyond mad as well. A fan even questioned the stunt pulled by the show, saying that the American music industry is never introduced when a lone American artist is mentioned in the show. That is why they can't really understand the reason behind talking about the whole K-pop industry when the main focus of the interview was BTS and their journey to stardom. It just doesn't make sense that ARMYs believed it's high time to free BTS from K-pop. And that's exactly what fans did when they trend the hashtag #FreeBTS, and honestly, I bet you would know what happened after. Just in a short amount of time, ARMYs around the globe were on their phones, tweeting and making the hashtag trend worldwide that it was insane to see them go all out just to voice out their disappointment about how BTS was disrespected. I think it is worth mentioning how fans conceded BTS as another genre on their own. If you go about the hashtag, most ARMYs feel that BTS is no longer part of K-pop and are, as a matter of fact, should be called BTS pop instead. This is mainly because ARMYs feel that with the success and fame BTS achieved, they are rightfully entitled to the genre of their own. Also, many feel like BTS is way different from other K-pop groups, that they should not be lumped in the same category. Well, I believe everyone is still skeptical about this, but one thing is for sure. BTS's achievements should not be disregarded, and the hardworking boys should not be used and disrespected for the sake of clicks. Do you think BTS should be free from K-pop? Let us know in the comments down below as we proceed to unravel this fiasco even further. And nope, this is not yet the end of the story. Going back, there was another thing that fueled the already raging flame ARMY has. As if not mentioning BTS when they are supposed to talk about the boys, the GMA host called the multi-awarded and Billboard 100 Top 1 as, quote, new to the scene, when they are definitely the farthest from being new. Let me repeat that once again. Quote, new to the scene. Fans would be accepting if GMA had never encountered the group, which is, of course, almost near impossible given how massive the popularity of the group is. Everyone was also disappointed because GMA had in fact been interviewing the 7 boys since 2017, and to say this was an honest mistake was unacceptable. Also, calling BTS as newcomers on the scene was a blatant miss for the show given that Butter was just released, which means the group's Billboard #1 is as fresh as newly bloomed flowers. Not to mention the numerous awards and records they had tallied under their name, which is, by the way, considered as general knowledge at this point. This comment drove ARMYs to a rage they didn't know existed and further dragged the show for being unprofessional. They ended up canceling GMA, and by the end of the day, the news spread like wildfire, and fans in every corner of the world were ready to get payback. Most of them camped under the comment section of the show's YouTube channel and fearlessly voiced out how disappointed they were for what they called as mistreatment of the boys. It is worth mentioning that this actually is not the first time GMA was caught in a controversy, when they were also criticized by their choice of words after calling Minari actress Yoon Jung a breakout star when her extensive acting career indicates anything but that. Well, it seems like GMA didn't learn their lesson, and unfortunately for them, it turns out ARMYs are very willing to make sure they do this time. Undoubtedly, ARMY successfully displayed why they were one of the biggest and strongest fandom today, and I bet this won't be the last time, because every time BTS is wronged, I am sure ARMY are already a step ahead to defend the boys. What do you think? Did GMA mess up badly this time? Don't hesitate to let us know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more. See you next time. Bye.
I love the different personalities that come out. But the tour is going so incredibly well.